What up to all my followers? Today we're going to discuss cards that are outside of the Dark World archetype, Danger archetype, and Fable archetype that work perfectly well with Grapha Dragon Overlord of Dark World's discard effect, the one that it changes your opponent's monster effect and or normal spell or trap effect to allow you to discard instead. And without further ado, let's begin. And at number 10, we have Ojama Pink. The only effect we need from Ojama Pink in Dark World is the effect that states, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the grave, you can activate this effect. Each player draws one card, then each player discards one card. Now, we're going to ignore its Ojama effects because we don't care about those right now. We're talking about what it can do for Dark World. So if it were to let us draw into, let's say, a Ceruli, we would be able to discard Ceruli, put it on their field, and then discard any card from our hand. And because of the opponent's card effect, Dark World will give us bonus effects. So yeah. Now let's get on to number 9. And at number 9, we have Regenerating Mummy. Now, Regenerating Mummy has the following effect. When this card is sent from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, return this card to the hand. Now, the reason it's at number 9 is because, well, it will mean you'll always have a discard cost for Grapha, so you can change effects, or if you're running some dark deals, you'll always have this in your hand at ready. So, yeah, kind of a nice little throw out. Now, let's get on to number 8. And at number 8, we've got Minar. Now, Minar has the effect, when this card is directly discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an effect of a card controlled by your opponent, inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent's life points. So you could easily turn Dark World into a burn deck real quick with it. That's about all I can give it, but burn decks are not terrible. Like, they have Minar in Duel Links, so if they add the Grapha Fusion to Duel Links, you could have a decent burn strategy. So, yeah. At number 7, we've got Electric Snake. Electric Snake has the effect of, when this card is discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an effect of a card controlled by your opponent, draw 2 cards from your deck. So if you think about it, he could be like a Pot of Greed for Dark World. Even though I know you could do the same with Dark World Archives, but Electric Snake could essentially be a good side deck option. So yeah, not half bad. And at number 6, we've got Fear from the Dark. Fear from the Dark has the following effect. When this card is sent from your hand or deck to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, special summon this card. Now, the reason it makes number 6 is because if you think about it, it could be potential material for Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link Summoning if you play any of those in your Dark World deck. So, yeah, he could be essentially material for the cost of causing your opponent to lose a card effect. So, yeah. And at number 5, we have Despair from the Dark. Now, Despair from the Dark has the same effect as Fear from the Dark. When this card is sent from your hand or deck to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, special summon this card. Now, this guy will let you go into rank 8 Xyz monsters, like there's Zombie Stein, Hope Harbinger, the new number 1 Buzz King, Aggie and the Sea Castrum. That's a personal favorite of mine. So, yeah. Oh, or you could go into one of the best Xyz you could potentially play in Dark World, Coach King Giant Trainer. So, yeah. And at number 4, we have Elfin Statue of Blessing. Elfin Statue of Blessing has this effect. When this card is sent from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you gain 2,000 life points. So if you're running low on points, your opponent's playing like a burn deck, or you're playing some cards that have hefty costs, you could essentially gain 2 sides of life points due to the Fusion Grapha effect, where it will change the opponent's effect to allow you to discard instead. So yeah, this could be a potential side deck. And at number 3, we have Elfin Statue of Disaster. Now this guy has the opposite effect of Elfin Statue of Blessing, where this one is, when this card is sent from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. So kind of like Minar, you can turn Dark World into a hefty burn deck. Because there are cards like Dark Dealing you could use with your Grapha, or Dark World Brainwashing. Then you got your Grapha, of course, which is why he's in here. Because we're talking about cards that you could work with specifically with him outside of an archetype. So yeah, definitely side deck him. Number 2 is Outstanding Dog Marin. Now, Outstanding Dog Marin has this effect. When this card is sent to your graveyard, add it to your deck and shuffle it. So he could keep you from decking out in case there's like a deadlock where nobody can do anything and you're just waiting for someone to deck out. You would end up not decking out. Or if you're playing against a mill deck, you'd have real good protection because, again, Marin cannot stay in the grave. So if you think about it, if you keep getting rid of it with your Grapha, you would essentially never deck out in that scenario. So yeah, definitely consider it next time you play against a mill deck. And at number 1, we have the best card on the list, Neko Mane King. Neko Mane King has this very reliable effect. During your opponent's turn, when this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, it becomes the end phase of this turn. So if you play Freedies, you can essentially skip their turn 3 times. And if they can't have their turn, they have less plays, less summons, and it's a more likely that you will have them for game because they will have less turns, less chances to make good plays. So yeah, definitely consider running at least 2 of these. Alright, that's it for the video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.